everyone. This is David with Meme Games Nation, and I want to welcome you to today's exclusive Meme Games Nation interview, where we're diving deep with the man who started it all, Mr. Eric Dalius. He's the founder, the visionary, the engine behind the meme games movement, Mr. Dalius. Eric, welcome, welcome to Meme Games Nation.
Absolutely. Hey, it's happening. I'm happy to be here. Meme Games Nation. We're a nation around the world, just so we all know. Okay, it's not one nation; it's all nations.
Exactly, exactly. So you've got an incredible story. I've been able to watch you develop this project here, Meme Games, from very early days. So I want to start and take it back for a second. What was the moment that sparked Meme Games? What did you see happening or not happening that made you think, yeah, the world needs this?
Well, it's interesting because I was been retired for a number of years, traveled around the world, and what I realized is that I was looking for inspiration to and clarity to go to another level. And through my past projects, I've done the $1 million, I've done the 10 million, I've done the 100 million, and so I'm like, what's gonna really get me excited? What's gonna really motivate me to get up early and to stay up late and to go ahead and just keep the energy level super high? And so
Mhm,
I woke up one morning after putting that contemplation out there for probably years, right? As I'm
mhm,
traveling around, as I'm like looking and searching. And I said there was two magical things for me. One was I love to create. All right, that is number one. I love to create. And I consider myself an artist a lot of ways.
mhm,
But from a technical standpoint, right? Like I like to create tech. And then number
mhm,
two, I love to build. And when I say
mhm,
build, I mean build a business, build an affiliate marketing team on a global basis. And so
mhm,
those are the two magical things that I wanted to go ahead and do, create and build. And when I
mhm,
looked at that and I got clarity on that, I said, okay, so what are the things that made me successful in the past? And I said, the
mhm,
most success of it was in the crypto space, right? And I said,
mhm,
okay, so it's got to be around crypto. I got to find something about crypto. And I knew I've had success with Bitcoin. And I said, okay, I've been there, done that. Let me go to the next level, maybe altcoins. And then I said, I saw this rising sector talking about meme coins.
mhm,
And I said, wow, I zoned in on that because I saw it growing in popularity. I saw it going ahead and becoming the hottest sector in the crypto marketplace. And I
mhm,
saw how dynamic of a marketplace it was. And it really, because of all those dynamics around the marketplace of memes, it
mhm,
what it did, it opened up the opportunity for gamification. And
mhm.
so those things started to connect the dots. And we've been at this now for, a year. Okay. And
Yeah.
developing out, the one side from a gamification standpoint from as a gamer. And then
Mhm,
from another side is building out the ambassador network. And so
mhm,
both of these platforms are been in development, not just, a couple of weeks or a couple of months, right? And so I think it's important to understand that these things that if done properly take time, and they also take a
mhm.
team. They take a team of dedicated individuals that share the vision of where we are and where we're going together. So that's the kind of long story about one. I hope that helps.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, big ideas do come with never come without, big hurdles, right? So you're going big. You're going to be capitalizing on the meme coin market with the educational platform and so forth. So you've got the idea, but then you get going. I mean, was there any hurdles that you had to overcome? What were some of the early challenges that you faced? And, were there moments where you almost said, I'm going to walk away? Anything like that?
Well, listen, anything worth accomplishing in a big way is worth your time, your energy, and effort, and you're going to have to overcome obstacles, and not just one, not just two, but like on a daily basis, you have obstacles. And you have to realize
Hmm.
that. That's why I needed to make sure that we had a goal it's something that was bigger that I never accomplished before, and take the growth level to the next level, to that $1 billion status, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you had a couple in things that from a dynamics of the crypto meme coin space, and
Mm-hmm.
then the dynamics of building out an ambassador network. And then when you start to try to combine all those together, it takes magic. It really does. And you only get magic by working hard. There is no shortcut. People think that they can just go ahead and do ABC and it's done. And if that's possible, I'd love to know about it. Because every time I try to do ABC, we changing things up by the time we get to halfway to B. All right, and it's because you have to you have to respond to what the marketplace is telling you, and it's telling you they get the vote, right? And the marketplace tells you whether they're in tune to you or they're not in tune to you, and you
Mm-hmm.
got to be paying attention to that. And when you pay attention to that, you got to adjust. And
Mm-hmm.
and and that means people sometimes can't handle those adjustments. Like, oh my goodness, I'm looking for something that is calm and stable. And we're building a business. We're building a tech company from the ground up, and we're in the meme coin space. There's nothing like this is a super dynamic environment, right? And if you
Right.
want to go big and you want to accomplish something that no one has accomplished before, you got to do like the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the process we're in here. And there's always the challenging days, and we're going to go ahead and commit through those challenge days here. And because we have a good team around us, it keeps coming back to the team, right? And when you have a
Mm-hmm.
team of committed people around you,
Mm-hmm.
you go to the next level.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you've come a long way, starting off with the original game and then the simulator. And I don't know if you want to talk about that and how powerful that is. And I know that
Yeah.
there's some changes coming, but so where do you think we are now with meme games? If we were to kind of fast forward to today, I know the platform's growing. There's large numbers that are playing every single day. Maybe you could talk about that. They're using up the MG coins to play the games, and ambassadors are leveling up through the booster, and also through our legacy program that we have, the legacy compensation plan. So, Eric, how close is today's version of what you dreamed of at the beginning? I mean, is it matching up, or did you ever imagine it to be like this?
Well, it's interesting because we're on the eve now of getting ready to be live on the blockchain and be live on the exchanges, basically creating our own token. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, that was probably a dream that I had when I first retired back in
Mm-hmm.
2017. So if you look at this is 8 years in the making. And you have to understand the marketplace. You have to look at the marketplace and the environment that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Meme coins weren't around back in 2017. So think about that
Mm-hmm.
one, right? They really just started coming out in 2020 with Dogecoin, right? And
Mm-hmm.
making that impact on a big basis. And so, because of that, shift back in 2020, now, my thinking starts to shift there, right? And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you know it consciously, and sometimes it's your subconscious. And so that's why I
Mm-hmm.
tell everyone it's so important to go ahead and make sure your self-talk to yourself is positive, because your mind's listening. It doesn't know the difference. And so, like, if
Mm-hmm.
you're not feeding it good stuff on a consistent basis, daily basis, then
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna achieve the goals you want to
Mm-hmm.
achieve. And so,
Mm-hmm.
like, the number one thing is you got to bust out your positive thinking. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just not a line. That's not a slogan. That's reality, guys. Like, you want to face it or not, but you got to look yourself in the mirror and you got to say, today's my best day.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to give your best, and you got to back it up with action. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna, I want this, I want that." So let's change the I want to I am. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start to live in the present tense, and really you start to create your own reality. And that's what we've been
Mm-hmm.
doing ever since we started getting together here with this platform. We've been creating our own reality. And I got to tell you, the reality shapes based on the feedback, based on the vision of where you want to go. So, yes, you got the big picture up here, but you got to work through a bunch of stuff to get up there. And you got to stay positive. You got to have the positive thoughts. You got to take positive action every single day. And it's so important to do that. And I got to remind everybody, Like, for things to change, you got to change. For things to be different, you got to do things differently. So you have a new opportunity every single day. And so, we're accomplishing something that I'm excited for sure. We're just getting started.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, tell me, is there one feature or moment that just blows you away every time when you think about it? Based on where we are today, I know that there was a date in February. Forget the date, but maybe you can remember what I'm talking about there as far as the change in the regulations for meme coins.
Yeah, you just got to pay attention to the marketplace, right? And like I talked about that shift in 2020. Now meme coins are coming into the crypto environment, and then you got to pay
Hmm.
attention to the regulatory environments, right? And what's going on out there. And when you see certain statements, when you see certain shifts of attitude, and you got to react to those things.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
and these are windows of opportunities that you have to
Hmm.
you have to move on, and that's why I talk about doing everything at full speed. Like, if you're not going at full speed, then what speed are you going at? Slow? I'm gonna think about it. Let's get together next week. Let's get together next month. Like, we got to
Hmm.
live in the present. And you got to take massive
Hmm.
action. I'm here to tell you,
Hmm.
when you take massive action, it solves all problems because you're too busy
Hmm.
to think about your problems, right? And
Hmm.
so, like, some people see it, some people won't. Some will go ahead and get it down the road. What you got to do is just keep, laser focus, keep building it out every single day. The self-talk, the enthusiasm, the excitement, they'll become natural, right? It takes 21 days to form a habit, guys, right? So start forming a new habit. Do it today. Let's go.
Okay, awesome. And that brings me to another question here because I know, it doesn't, I mean, you can't do this alone, right? So you've got your team. However, we've also got
Yeah.
gamers and we've got ambassadors that have locked in as well. How have the gamers and ambassadors helped to shape what Meme Games has become?
Well, I think it's important to understand that, we have, the brand new gamer coming on, and their experience level. Now, the brand new gamer gets to have the benefit of all the things that we've been through, the fixing and refining and the adding and subtracting, since day one. And so
Hmm.
maybe was things that weren't smooth, a couple of months ago or a year ago, like, are smooth now, right? And then,
Hmm.
but we keep on pushing the envelope. We're never going to stop, right? We're going to keep on adding. We're going to keep on getting better because that's what the environment, that's what the marketplace dictates. Like,
Hmm.
if there is no standing still, right? Because if you think you're standing still, you're actually falling behind. So what you got
Hmm.
to do is you got to keep moving forward. And if
Hmm.
you're not moving forward, then you're 100% falling behind. So don't
Hmm.
stop. Keep going forward. Go on at full speed. Be creative. Be enthusiastic. Be open minded. And remember, go
Hmm.
back to, like, for things to change, you got to change. For things to be different, you got to do things different. So from a gamer perspective, we got something that doesn't even exist in the marketplace, and we're going to keep on getting better. Like, we came out with
Hmm.
one idea, then we add another one. We're going about to introduce a third option, and like, we just gonna keep building, like, different levels, level four,
Hmm.
level five, level 10, level 20. Why not?
Hmm.
Right. And
Hmm.
and that's on the gamer side, the customer side. And then we have the ambassador side, the marketing affiliate side.
Hmm.
We we keep on enhancing that around then too. Keep on adding, keep on fixing, keep on refining to make it better, make it stronger. Because listen, there's no doubt we're going to reach $1 billion status. You know why I know that? Here's why I know that. Because I'm committed to do that. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And every day I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to get to that
Hmm.
point. I'm going to get to that point. I'm creating it right now. I'm creating the future reality today. And so then the
Hmm.
second thing is, how many people are going to go ahead and see what I see, feel what I feel, and go along for the ride to achieve the goals that they never accomplished or never even thought they could accomplish? Because now they're doing things differently than they ever done
Hmm.
before. And it only, and here's an interesting analogy. Like, you only need like a 1% degree difference sometimes. It's like water,
Right.
sitting on a stove, 211 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot, but it's still. Now you just turn
Hmm.
that thing up 1 degree Fahrenheit, just 1 degree. That water starts to boil at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And you know what happens up water boiling? That creates steam. Steam boiling makes these locomotives go around the world. Okay, so become a locomotive, guys. All right, get that
Hmm.
1% degree difference, and whatever you're
Hmm.
doing, you can make the change in your personal situation. You can make the change, and your
Hmm.
past doesn't equal the future. I don't care if you made mistakes before in the past. It doesn't matter. You got to
mm,
quit telling your past stories, all
mm,
right, and create new stories for yourself. And then
mm.
you'll start to create your own reality right here, right now.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for that. That's going to help a lot of people, right? People that are looking
Yeah,
at
for sure.
the program, not just here, but in life. So thank you so much for that. So let's take a look
One more.
ahead.
Give me one more. I'm gonna give you one more right now. Now I'm gonna jump and then we're gonna do part two.
Okay, so what's the next big milestone that we should be watching for?
Blockchain, baby. Blockchain, baby. Blockchain, baby. This is the bust out happening right now. We are going to be live on the blockchain. You know what the blockchain, what that means? Is like we are entering into this next level, this zone where there's 560 million crypto users that are already exposed to the blockchain. They already understand the blockchain. Now, that's a
Mhm,
big number and a small number simultaneously. It's small in comparison to the 7, 8, 9 billion people in the world, which I love because that means there's more opportunity for growth. But it's
mhm,
big in far as 560 million in the crypto space because when you start looking at, well, what percentage of them are interested in learning about meme coins, right? And just take a
mhm,
sliver of that, call it 10%, super
mhm,
conservative. That's 50 million, right? 50 million crypto users. Now, what are their options? What are they doing? They're going to be a lone ranger, maybe go ahead and try to figure it out themselves, right? That gets boring really fast and they fall to the wayside before they form that habit of 21 days, right?
mhm,
What's the other option? Maybe they join one of these pop-up communities, right? They exist out there. Buy this meme coin now, sell this meme coin now. Forget about it, right? I mean, here today, gone tomorrow. So there's no other option that exists in the marketplace except one. It's called Memegames, guys, right? We have a platform that's second to none. You go ahead and learn about the hottest trending meme coins happening in the marketplace today, not just like two a day, four. Listen, there's 8 new coins that we get exposed to on a daily basis, and you can go ahead and go down a whole nother level with our simulator to go ahead and go deep with this, guys. And then we introduce you here to a magic of our airdrops onto our blockchain with our token, guys. Yes, that's right. So we're building a community where we're all connected and in this thing together to build up, up, and up.
There's one more question for part one. One more. And
Go
that
ahead.
is, I want you to dream big for us. Where do you see meme games in the next 3 to 5 years? What's the vision at full scale? Where do you see us going?
Well, I mean, 3 to 5 years. Let's talk about 1 year from now, because the interesting thing is like if you go back 12 months, it was an idea, one game, right? And we
Hmm.
started that one game out, and look at us now. We got multiple games happening, and we got level two. I'm about to go ahead and launch off level three, and we have our own token on the blockchain. That happened all
Hmm.
in 1 year, right? And so, like,
Hmm.
that was a lot. So, where do we go from here? So, I believe now that we have clarity in the marketplace, we have a solution for those 50 million crypto users that is estimated to be interested in meme coins, right?
Hmm.
We have a solution for them. And we have a strong ambassador foundation already set up. We're about to go ahead and launch another atmosphere, if you will, possibly another universe. And
Hmm.
so what I believe that 1 year from now, when we go ahead and start rolling out onto the blockchain, that we go ahead and expand here into crypto cards. We start expanding into a whole rewards program where we got experiences that people can touch all along the way. And 12 months from now, we just may, we just may be on the cusp of achieving that $1 billion status.
Awesome, Mr. Dalius. So, uh,
Let's go.
any last words for anyone that's just looking at this for the first time? What do they need to do right now?
What you need to do right now is stop thinking about it and start doing. Okay. Because nothing's going to accomplish just thinking up here in your head. What's going to get accomplished is your action. Right. And so you get action by not waiting around for things to happen. You make things happen. And so, like the person introduced you to this opportunity, don't wait for them to call you, contact you, or text you. You take the action in your hands. You reach out to them, say, "Listen, on a scale from one to 10, I'm an 11, and I'm ready to get started right now. And I don't want to just go ahead and tiptoe around. I want to go to the top. You tell me the top I can get started, and I'm ready to do it today." That's the attitude you need, but you got to back up that attitude with action because that's going to go ahead and lead you to possibly get the results that you want to get done in this life, in this business, but you got to do it right now.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to come back next week and do part two. Is that cool?
I love it. I
Okay,
got you. I
so
got you
awesome.
some good stuff here, brother.
That is great stuff.
I mean,
So,
you got me in a little bit of zone over here. I mean, something was giving me a little zone, to the next level, in my vicinity here, you know.
awesome, awesome.
No, brother,
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you, man. I love you, brother. Thank you, man.
Yes.
Have a great day. We'll talk
All
to you
right.
later.
Thank you
Let's
very
go.
much. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
So, folks, if you're watching this for the very first time, what you're going to want to do is number one, you want to go and get some free play. So simply click on the link that's there where you can actually go to Meme Games and get started, where you can create an account. You're going to get free coins to play with, 500 MG coins to actually start playing the games. And you can jump in and start playing tonight. So click on the link, go in, activate your free 500 coins and get started playing the game for free. And at that point, if you decide to become an ambassador, now's the time to really level up, build your team, and lock in those daily daily bonuses that we get, and matching bonuses, right? So, with that, I want to thank you for being here with Meme Games Nation, and I look forward to seeing you on the next interview that we do with Eric and others. So, thank you very much.